Caitlin, also known as Mother Down Under. I am a childbirth and postpartum educator based in Brisbane, Australia. And I am all about women feeling prepared for positive birth and starting motherhood feeling really proud of themselves and what they have accomplished. Pain relief. Obviously a really big labor topic, so I thought I would talk about epidurals today and some non-pharmacological options that you can try before getting an epidural. So before we get into it, I just want to point out the difference in philosophy between pharmacological and non-pharmacological pain relief. So pharmacological pain relief is usually about removing the pain, and non-pharmacological pain relief is about acknowledging the pain, acknowledging the fact that the pain has a purpose, giving you tools to lessen the pain and work with the pain, but not completely erase the pain. So epidurals are a pharmacological option and a completely valid pharmacological option, and they do a really good job of eliminating pain. But if you're trying to avoid an epidural or manage labor for as long as you can without getting an epidural, here are 5 things that you can try. So number 1 is wait 20 minutes. So during labor, you'll experience what is referred to as a crisis of confidence. So these are the moments when labor really sucks. You know, you're tired, it hurts, you want to break, and basically it's like hitting a labor wall. So first, it's really important to recognize that a crisis of confidence is normal. In fact, you want to expect to hit a few labor walls as things progress. And when you are in that crisis, it can really feel like an epidural is the only solution. But often, if you give yourself some time, you can push through that labor wall. And what's happening behind the scenes here is that your oxytocin levels have increased, but your endorphin levels haven't increased to match those higher oxytocin levels. So you have this hormonal discrepancy, and it takes about 5 minutes for your body to recalibrate and produce enough endorphins to cope with this new phase of labor, to produce enough endorphins to match that new level of oxytocin. And yes, those 5 minutes when your body is recalibrating, those 5 minutes are hard. But you want to think about other times in your life when you've had to push yourself. So an example I often use is, I don't often run, but every once in a while I get it in my head that I need to start running, and so I head off on a run. And at least like one point on the run, it really sucks. My legs are burning and my lungs are burning and I want to stop, I want to quit. But instead of stopping, walking or just stopping, I tell myself that it's normal for my legs to be burning. It's normal for my lungs to burn. My body is just doing exactly what I'm asking it to do and exactly what it's meant to do. And when I'm in that moment, when I want to give up, I just have to turn to my coping mechanism. And when I'm running, it's music. So I find a song that I absolutely love and I crank it. And instead of focusing on my body, I try to focus on the music. And sure enough, when the song ends and I tune back into my body, I find I've found my stride again, I'm back in my zone, and I can keep going. And that's what a crisis of confidence feels like. It feels like that you've hit that wall and you need tools to help you push through. So if you're in that moment and you really feel like you want an epidural, it might be an idea to just wait 20 minutes or 10 minutes. See if you can push through that wall using some of your other tools. If you can, that's great. If after 20 minutes you still want an epidural, then by all means, get the epidural. Number 2 is water. So water solves most labor problems, including pain. So water immersion in labor can diminish stress hormones and reduce pain by increasing your production of your pain relieving hormones, your endorphins. It can also help to just ease muscular tension throughout your body and really help you to relax between contractions, because obviously the water is supporting you, supporting your body, supporting your weight, and so it's a really effective way of getting this full body relaxation that is really helpful in labor. So yes, evidence has shown that laboring in water can help to provide significant pain relief, reduce the need for drugs and interventions, particularly epidurals. It encourages a sense of control in labor and can help increase satisfaction with labor. Like I said, it provides that feeling of weightlessness, and that really helps to relieve tired muscles, relieve stress, relieve soreness. It also can help to speed up labor, and similar to that feeling of weightlessness, it helps to promote relaxation and helps you to conserve energy. So if you can, fully immersing yourself in warm water is ideal, but if there's not a tub available, a shower works really well too. Number 3, rest. Most women opt for pain relief not because of the pain per se, but because they're exhausted. And one of the best ways to avoid exhaustion is to rest, ideally sleep, during early labor. So as long as you are comfortable lying down or sitting down, do so. You can use a hot water bottle or heat up a rice bag or a wheat bag. Use those against your stomach and back to provide comfort and help you remain sitting and help you to relax. So just because you're having those early signs of labor, and I know it's tempting, you're excited, you're like, oh, it's happening, but there's no need to jump up and start pacing around the house. That time will come when you need to move, but until that time comes, just rest. So it is true, labor is usually a marathon, but like I said, as long as you can, you want to rest and relax. And even when labor progresses, you still want the focus to be on trying to relax and trying to rest. So even during a contraction, if you're tensing and holding your breath during a contraction, your body's doing more work. So you do want to try to avoid bracing against the intensity of the contraction. Instead, you want to really focus on relaxing your body and trying to breathe through it. So just take long, slow, even breaths and the focus on releasing any tension in your body. The other thing you want to do is make sure that you're eating and drinking to help keep your energy up as well. Number 4 is acupressure. So evidence has shown that acupressure seems to reduce pain during the active phase of labor. Particularly hip squeezes and counter pressure on your lower back can work wonders, and never underestimate the power of the comb. So the comb works via a mixture of the gateway theory of pain control and acupressure. So this theory of pain control says that the brain can only focus on one sensation at a time. And the idea is when you feel a contraction come on, you're holding a comb in your hand and you squeeze the comb. And what you're doing then is you're providing what's called a non-painful stimuli. So it's enough of a stimuli that your brain is like, oh, what's that? And focuses on the sensation from the comb. And in doing so, it ignores the sensations from the contraction. Also, when you're squeezing that comb, you're applying pressure to acupressure points in your hand. These points have a lot of benefits. They help to ease anxiety, they stimulate endorphins, increase feelings of control. You know, you're actively doing something to manage the pain, and they do also help to dull other sensations at the same time. So I know the comb can seem a little bit weird or seem simple, but weird and simple things can be effective. And number 5, other options. You might be able to try a TENS machine, sterile water injections, gas and air. These are very effective tools, and they have less of an impact on your labor physiology and on your baby than an epidural. So hopefully you found that helpful. You've learned a few tricks that might help you to delay or avoid an epidural. But like I said, of course, if you want an epidural, go for it. Just make sure it's an epidural that works for you. So there's different epidural effects you can ask your anesthetist about. Getting into all the epidural options is a whole nother video, so we'll just leave it there for now. But please let me know if you have any questions. I love educating mothers-to-be about birth, and I am happy to help. If you're preparing for labor, check out my other videos, subscribe to be alerted about new videos. I have quite a few planned for this year. And thank you.